In the rich, ancient land of Babylon, this timeless narrative unfolds as a guide to financial wisdom and success. Although originating in a distant past, the principles shared within these pages resonate with a universal truth that remains just as relevant today. These are the laws of wealth building, rules devised to protect and grow one's resources, and strategies to achieve lasting financial freedom. Each chapter not only offers an age-old lesson, but also presents a chance to deepen one's understanding of finance by illustrating practical applications and concrete examples. Chapter 1. The Man Who Desired Gold. The story opens with a carriage maker named Banser, a craftsman skilled in his trade but troubled by his financial situation. Seated on his modest doorstep, he reflects on his unfulfilled aspirations, wishing he could enjoy the wealth and freedom of those more fortunate. His friend Kabi, a musician facing similar financial struggles, approaches and asks to borrow money. Banser confesses he has no savings to lend, lamenting that, although they are both free men, their financial bondage makes them feel no better than slaves. This scene captures a universal struggle. How many people work tirelessly yet feel they are not truly free due to debt and limited savings? The two friends share their frustration and remember a childhood friend, Arkad, who once shared their humble beginnings but is now known as the richest man in Babylon. Inspired, they resolve to seek Arkad's guidance, hoping he might reveal the secrets of his prosperity. Chapter 2. The Richest Man in Babylon. The two friends, along with others curious to learn Arkad's wisdom, visit him and ask why he succeeded while they did not, despite their similar starts in life. Arkad explains that his journey to wealth began when he realized the potential and power of money. He understood that while money cannot buy happiness, it provides opportunities and the means to shape one's life. Determined to acquire wealth, Arkad sought out those knowledgeable in financial matters, notably Algamish, a wealthy moneylender, who became his mentor. Through this mentorship, Arkad learned a fundamental rule: save at least 10% of your earnings. He recounts how, as a young scribe, he earned a modest income inscribing clay tablets. Initially, he, like many others, spent all he earned. However, Algamish advised him to treat his savings as a servant that would eventually work to create more wealth. Arkad took this advice to heart, embracing the discipline of saving consistently. Algamish warned him of a common pitfall: trusting the wrong people with his investments. Early in his journey, Arkad saved diligently and entrusted his savings to Ashmur, a brickmaker, to buy jewels in another city and sell them for profit. However, lacking expertise, Ashmur returned with worthless pieces of glass instead of jewels. Algamish taught Arkad a valuable lesson: invest wisely and seek guidance only from those knowledgeable in the field. Though disappointed, Arkad restarted his savings, this time more cautious and discerning. Over time, Arkad mastered the principles of wealth, reinvesting his earnings and resisting the urge to spend his growing interest for temporary comforts. Algamish, impressed by Arkad's perseverance, eventually offered him a partnership, and upon Algamish's death, Arkad inherited a portion of his wealth. However, Arkad clarifies that his prosperity stemmed from discipline and wise investments, not merely from an inheritance. His story imparts a critical message: fortune favors the prepared, and persistence, not luck, yields long-term wealth. Chapter 3. The 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. Babylon's prosperity was not always guaranteed. When King Sargon noticed the increasing poverty in Babylon, he asked Arkad to teach citizens the secrets of wealth building. Arkad agreed and held classes in the temple, beginning with 7 core principles he termed the 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. Each principle builds upon the last, forming a comprehensive guide to personal finance and long-term wealth creation. Start thy purse to fattening. Arkad's first advice was simple yet powerful: save at least 10% of your income. For example, a young blacksmith earning modest wages might initially struggle to put aside money, but by setting aside a small portion consistently, he would soon have a substantial reserve to invest. Control thy expenditures. The second lesson involves living below one's means. Arkad advises people to create a budget that covers necessities but curbs impulsive or unnecessary spending. He illustrates this by describing a scribe who, despite earning a comfortable income, spent lavishly on luxuries, always depleting his savings. By prioritizing essentials and minimizing indulgent expenses, individuals can save and invest more effectively. Make Thy Gold Multiply Arkad emphasizes that wealth must work for its owner. By investing savings wisely, money grows over time. For instance, a merchant might reinvest profits from a successful business venture to expand his operations, creating additional sources of income. Guard thy treasures from lost Arkad cautions against high-risk investments and speculative ventures. He illustrates this with a tale of a man who lost his life savings in a scheme promising high returns with no solid foundation. Risk can never be eliminated, but sound investments reduce the chances of significant loss. Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment, Arkad advises, striving for home ownership as it provides stability and reduces long-term expenses. By carefully saving and financing, a person can one day pay off their home and redirect rent expenses toward further investments, thus building wealth over time. Ensure a future income, Arkad encourages preparing for the future through pensions, annuities, or investments that generate passive income. A wise Babylonian might set aside money for old age, protecting his family's future and providing for himself when he can no longer work. Increase thy ability to earn, Arkad advocates personal growth, suggesting that learning new skills and refining existing ones make a person more valuable. For example, a carpenter could study advanced craftsmanship, eventually commanding higher fees for his work. Chapter 4. The goddess of good luck, Barkad, a regular attendee of Arkad's classes, raises a question about luck. Does fortune favor some more than others? Arkad and the class debate whether luck is truly random or if it rewards the diligent and prepared. They conclude that while random events may occur, sustained prosperity results from taking advantage of opportunities. Arkad shares examples of individuals who acted quickly to seize promising investments, while others, paralyzed by fear or indecision, missed out. Chapter 5. The 5 Laws of Gold. Calibab, another wealthy Babylonian, reinforces Arkad's teachings by introducing the 5 Laws of Gold. He recalls how Arkad tested his son, Nomacer, with a bag of gold and a tablet inscribed with these laws. At first, Nomacer fell into bad investments, quickly losing the gold. However, by returning to the 5 laws, particularly saving, seeking wise advice, and avoiding reckless investments, he rebuilt his wealth, ultimately surpassing his initial fortune. Calibab's story highlights that while gold may be lost, wisdom, once gained, can restore fortunes. Chapter 6. The gold lender of Babylon, Rodin, a spear maker, receives 50 gold coins from the king as a reward. Unsure how to handle his newfound wealth, he consults Mathan, a seasoned moneylender, who shares the dangers of lending money unwisely. He explains that lending to family or friends without financial guarantees can lead to tension and loss. Mathan advises Rodin to lend only to those who have a reliable means of repayment. This chapter underscores the importance of prudence in financial lending, emphasizing that one's wealth should be protected with as much care as it was accumulated. Chapter 7. The Walls of Babylon in a gripping analogy. Babylon's mighty walls, which defended the city during a brutal siege, represent the security one must establish to protect their finances. Arkad explains that one should build walls around their assets by securing them in reliable accounts, diversifying investments, and purchasing insurance. Just as Babylon's citizens trusted their walls to guard them, individuals should trust in wise financial planning to protect their resources. Chapter 8. The Camel Trader of Babylon. The final chapter tells of Tarkad, a poor man indebted to Dabasar, a camel trader who once faced ruin himself. Dabasar recounts how his reckless spending and eventual enslavement forced him to reform. By living simply, repaying debts, and rebuilding slowly, Dabasar regained his freedom and wealth. His story illustrates the transformative power of financial discipline and the resilience needed to recover from setbacks. The teachings in The Richest Man in Babylon impart not just lessons in accumulating wealth, but also principles of character, responsibility, and the power of self-discipline. Through the lives of ordinary Babylonians, each chapter inspires readers to approach money with respect and intentionality, paving the way to financial independence and prosperity.